Good morning. So, as we're going through the blizzard of 2021, which was right after everything of 2020, everybody's pipes are bursting. I probably got, I don't know, 7 calls this morning already, and I realize I'm not a licensed plumber, but I don't care because I got friends. And so this was a problem. They were like, hey, our water is coming out underneath the dishwasher. Okay, so here's the dishwasher over here, and we don't know what the problem is, blah, blah, blah. Thank God, like they really got lucky because it's only destroying things where you can't see it, and that's easy to fix, right? But we had to get all this yuck out of the way, and when I did, I shed some blood. But we got it out and then turned the water on, and it turns out it was back up behind this PVC pipe, back in here, and this is what it looks like. That little culprit right there, that's where so the water expands when it freezes, and when it does, then it bursts the pipe and then water comes out. And then, Joey, was that a lot of water or like a little bit of water? Did it feel like just a trickle?
It was a lot of water. There was water all over the kitchen.
How long did that take?
That took, I don't know, how long did it take? An hour? An hour and a half to, moments to get
Moments. It took
Seconds.
moments. If you don't stop this within seconds, you'll probably die. You'll probably drown. And I don't care if you got doors you can open and let the water out. It doesn't matter. You're still going to drown. That's how that works. It's science. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this with the tubing cutter. Okay, so this tubing cutter, and this is, look, Home Depot is short on everything right now, and I'm not trying to make any money off of this in real life, but this is how it works, okay? You cut out the bad, boom, and then you can just put in the new, and so that is how you fix the problem. So what I was thinking about doing until just this very last second was to put an elbow on there, shark bite elbow, and then come out with it, and then stub this out, and then put a cap on it so that later on they could put a shut-off valve, because I don't have any with me. But I think what I'm going to do is just get a coupling and just put that right on there and put that right on there and stick it right back out, and we'll be good. So that should be a pretty simple fix. But I want to talk to you about government right now, because everybody, I hear all these people, blah, 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 the government should take care of this, the government should take care of that. And I'm like, look, I'm all for small government, almost no government. And here's why. Because I think if there's a problem, you need to have accountability as an individual, okay? So you need to be like, I have a problem, I should fix my problem. Now, if your problem is, and look, I understand people are disabled, they have hard times, I'm the first to come help, trust me, I will. If there's a problem, your family comes and helps you next, because it's your family's responsibility. In America, we don't really understand family because we're a bunch of selfish buttholes. But if they won't do it, then you got your neighbors and your friends and your community, the people that you work with. And if they won't do it, there's charities and churches. Like my church right now is set up as a warming center. You can come there, you can get something to eat, you can hang out all day long, you can spend the night, they've got cots. We care, okay? But that's personal responsibility instead of going, that's the government's job and we don't want to touch any of that. So, we all know I hate the government, but we're going to fix this. Joey, come in here, let's talk about what you do. What is it you do for a living?
I own a piano bar in Deep Ellum.
You own a piano bar? Which one?
I own the only one, Louis Louis Piano Bar.
Do you love it?
I do love it.
Has COVID affected your business?
COVID has greatly affected our business.
Have you had COVID?
Yeah, just recently.
Did you survive?
I survived quite well, and so did my wonderful girlfriend here.
So, did you guys die?
No, no.
But do you feel like your business is suffering?
Our business.
And if you guys don't go out there to his bar, then his business is going to die too from COVID. That'll be the first fatality of COVID. So don't do that crap. Go out there and support this man. He's got to pay for this. It's going to be like $11 billion, maybe more. Plus he's putting water in his kid's cereal. It's horrible. All right, so I'm going to get this thing fixed. We'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Love you. Bye. All right, so Home Depot is almost out of shark bites right now. I got really lucky and got some of these, and I know that every plumber I've talked to has been like, but you know, shark bites the weakest, blah, 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 and I know, okay, I get it, but we're trying to make stuff work, and all my plumbing stuff's out in Will's Point. So this is how a shark bite works. You shove either PEX, sorry, this is copper, PEX, or CPVC in there, and it's got things that grab it, and let me show you how easy this is to work, because you could be real dumb and still do this. Ready? And I'm real dumb. You got to seat it in there, and it's done. That's leak free, okay? And we're gonna put this in here. Let's see if I can do it without being an idiot. And that's done, and it's fixed. We turned it on, it's gonna work. So that's how easy it is to fix. It's just a matter of getting to it and getting all the stuff out there and bleeding a little bit, and not being afraid to help your people out. All right, okay. All right, so we turned the water back on, and guess what happened? It worked first time. It was really amazing. So what we got underneath here, you can kind of pull closer here, Joe, is first of all, this wall has insulation over here and around everywhere else, but it's always difficult to get it insulated around the pipes. Okay, so that of course is the place you need the insulation the most. Now they've got pipe insulation around that, which is important. But there needs to be insulation in there too. When I'm building houses now, I do spray foam across the whole thing, so it's a non-issue. But this one did not have any insulation. It's on an exterior wall, and so it's freezing. Assuming the pipes were not dripping?
No.
They weren't dripping. So then what happens is it obviously expanded and it blew up. But I'm gonna show you something else too, and that's, we're gonna go outside.
That's bright.
So out here in the ice and snow, here's your outside hose bib, right? Well, this hose was hooked up to it, and that's not good. So when it's going to get below freezing or anywhere close, disconnect these. Put those hose. They got like a cones or whatever. We call them tits. Over top of this, and then drip the pipes inside, because what happens is all this freezing cold wind is getting on here and then getting into that wall, and then it freezes those pipes. And so we don't want you to have that. I realize it's a little bit late in the game this time, but hopefully you learn your lesson, and then next time you don't have these problems, because they're expensive and they're just a major hassle. So all right, I'm on to the next one. Love you guys. So we did another leak today. This one, let me see if I got the old part. I don't. They had this is a hose bib on the outside here, which means that's where the hose is, and it just came disconnected. So it probably froze off or just came disconnected. But we spliced into it, and now there's no leaks. And the only leak that I can find is in my finger, because it's got red paint leaking out of it, which I didn't realize that was a thing, but it definitely, I didn't realize how much red paint I had inside my body. Well, less now. All right, well, have a good day. So it's still the same day, and we're still fixing pipes everywhere. This is obviously washer dryer hookup, so washer and dryer. And down in here, we had to take some of this pipe insulation off. And right here, you can come on and close. Right there, that's where the break is. So that's where the pipe froze, and it burst. And so we're gonna do the same thing we did on the other ones, cut it out and fix it. And hopefully it's just one leak, because I'm tired. I'm tired of this. So I got a question for you guys. It's a serious question. Exactly how much No More Tears shampoo do I need to put inside a baby's eyes before they stop crying? Because right now I'm at half a bottle, and this kid will not shut up. Anyway, that's it. I'm a horrible person. I don't know why I have any friends. Oh, you don't have to film it all. This is like chewing the food with somebody. It's just boring.
Did we turn it off?
Yeah. It's been about, I don't know, not even 28 minutes, because this wasn't that bad. And we found our culprit. That's right there. See, that's their, when you go to the doctor and they're like, hey, here's your cancer. We put it in a little bin for you. And you're like, could you just throw it away? It's kind of icky. But I like to leave it for people. Like, a cat chews the head off of a mouse, and like, look what I did for you. Anyway, we got that fixed, and it's beautiful, and it's dry and leak free and all that. It is pretty drafty back here, so I think that probably they are going to put some spray foam in here and then fix the sheetrock after I'm gone, because I'm lazy. But I figure, you know what, it's getting late in the day, and I've done, I don't know, 52 leaks today or whatever it's been. I can't really count. And it's probably a good time for story time, right? You guys are getting ready to go to bed. You're probably tucked in your nice little warm beds with your hot chocolate, and you're like, I wish John would tell me a story. And so I'm gonna. Okay. This is a story about two angels, and there was an older angel and a younger angel, and they came down and they dressed like homeless people, right? Because they do that a lot, to see how we really are. Because a lot of people aren't really that good people. But anyway, some people are really good people, and this is a great opportunity to separate those two. So these two angels came down. It was very cold, like tonight, like a very cold night, and rainy. And so they knocked on these rich people's door, and they said, it's very cold outside. And they're like, enough, slam. And they shut the door in their face, like, but seriously, like, it's really cold, and if we could just, please, and they're like, slam, get away from us, we're calling the cops. And they're like, please, there's nowhere else to go. Like, it is so cold, would you please let us in? And the wife was all like, let him stay in the basement. And so they're like, fine, you can go in the basement, don't touch anything, you can stay here for the night, and that's it. And then in the morning, just get out of here, we don't want to see you. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it felt that way, right? And so in the morning, the younger angel woke up and saw the older angel, and there was a hole in the wall, and the older angel had patched that hole and mudded it and textured it and painted it. I do a lot of that myself. And the younger angel was like, So they go on their way. And the next night, they go to this farmer's house, and they're very poor, and they only have one cow. And they knock on the door, and they're like, it's very cold. And before they can even get a word out their mouth, the farmer is like, come inside, it's cold outside. And they close the door, and they go, look, we don't have much food, but you can have what we've got. And like, that's very kind of you, thank you so much. And then they're like, you can stay in our bed. We don't have a second bedroom, but you can stay in our bed and we'll sleep on the couch. It's not a big deal. And we're just so happy that you're here. Is there anything else that we can do for you? We know how cold it is out there, and that's just miserable. And we've suffered before, and we don't want you to have to suffer. And so they were very grateful. And in the morning, they woke up, and the farmer's one cow was dead. And so they went on their way. And the younger angel was talking, and he said, this is so unfair, I don't understand. Like, the rich couple was so mean to us, and they're so selfish and just rotten people inside, and you patched their wall, and you fixed their house for them. And this poor couple was so nice and so generous and so kind, and yet their only cow died. That was their only source of income, died. There's no justice in the world. This isn't right. And the older angel said, things are not always what they appear. Because when I looked through that hole in the wall, it was dark, but I saw that there was treasure in that wall. And so I patched that up so they would never find it. And the angel of death came last night for the farmer's wife, and I said, please take the cow instead. So we never know the full story. Anyway, that's how you fix a pipe. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye-bye.